Okay, folks, here's the answer to the problem that you should have worked on. We've got 4x minus y plus 2 has to be less than or equal to 0. So a couple of the different steps that I want to work on is the first thing is I would take away 2 on each side. So that would leave me with 4x minus y is less than or equal to negative 2. Then I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to take away 4x on each side. Sorry, that long pause was me thinking about maybe doing this a different way, but I will keep going with the way that I have. There are multiple ways to do this. Negative y is less than or equal to negative 2 minus 4x. Because I don't want a negative y, I'm technically dividing everything by a negative 1. I'm not sure how many of you remember back to this, but when you divide by a negative, you have to change the direction of the sign. So I now have y is greater than or equal to positive 2 plus 4x. And I'm just going to go ahead and rewrite it. Y is greater than or equal to 4x plus 2, just to make it a little easier. Whoops. There's my 2 there. So then I'm going to go over to my graph, and I'm going to go up 2 as my y-intercept and start there. I'm going to go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and to the right 1 and make my dot. And maybe I'll also go for my y-intercept. I might go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and to the left 1 and make my other dot. So there that is. I notice that my sign is a greater than or equal to sign. That tells me that I need a solid line. So I would go ahead and connect my dots in a really nice, solid, straight line. And then because it's a greater than symbol, I'm going to go ahead and shade above my line so that that shows me the greater than piece. Now, I would want to pick a coordinate or pick something where my line that's in my shaded section to double check my question, or I'm sorry, to double check my answer. So I'm going to go back here to negative 1, 0, because that's in my shaded section. So I'm going to plug in a negative 1 for my x. And that's a 4 over here in case you guys were wondering. And then that's supposed to be, let's see, then I've got a 0 over here. So when I distribute this out, I've got negative 4 plus 2, which really is negative 2. And then 0 is supposed to be greater than or equal to negative 2, which is a true statement. So again, I know I shaded the correct side. All right, the next thing that I want you guys to do is to try this last example, which is going to come up here, hopefully, right there, where you're going to graph this next equation right up here where I'm trying to point to. Okay, so the next example will be the answer to that question.